Shakira with After 9. In today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my 3 tips for how I am currently surviving nursing school. As most of you guys know, I am in an accelerated BSN program at Mercer University, which is a 1-year program that has like 2 components to it. So the first component is the didactic learning, which is all online. My program's hybrid. So the didactic learning happens totally and completely online. And then we have our like clinical portion, or like our physical portion where we have to like actually show up in person. And we do that for labs and we do that for clinicals. And we only meet about like twice a week, at least so far, that's what it's been. And this semester I took professional role formation, I took health assessment, and I took fundamentals, which I think almost every nursing program will start with some form of those classes because you have to have the basics down before you can do anything. And so I had labs for both of those classes, and then I had a clinical for fundamentals, which we were on a surgical unit, which I thought was amazing because there's so much learning to be done on that floor. So that was pretty great. We saw everything pretty much that you can think of that was in our textbook. We got to see it come to life in this clinical. So I really enjoyed it. But anyway, so let me go ahead and get into my 3 tips that I have for you guys. My first tip is to be or get organized. If you're not already an organized person, you should learn what works best for you and become an organized person, because the program moves so fast that you don't really have time to like figure everything out like day by day. Like at the very minimum, you at least need to know what your week looks like and what the week ahead looks like. Because if you're going day by day, like you're gonna have assignments that are due that you had no idea about. You're gonna have papers, you're gonna have exams, quizzes, just anything can come on that day if you're not prepared for that day. So getting organized is extremely important. I'm a little bit like OCD about my organization. I probably go a little extra, but I think like do what works for you. So some things that I have are, I have this pencil case that I got, which doubles down as like a little carrier. So it has like pages, I call them pages, or flaps, I guess would be a better word, of like all the different like markers that you need. It's pretty like big. You could even stick some stuff in here because this doesn't lay all the way flat. And then up here I have like a little pouch, and I put sticky notes in here. I put note cards in here, and then I also have those things for your pages, like the little page bookmarks, because sometimes when you're reading something, it's helpful to just like tag the page with one of these, and you know that you can like go back to it. So I have this, and I love taking notes in color. I don't know, for some reason that helps me, like on tests when I'm trying to remember information. I literally will remember like what color section I wrote that note in and know what note to like get the answer for. So I have a lot of like pens. These are Papermate, and they're Flare Ultrafine tips, and they come in an array of colors. I should have got the other one because I don't know if you noticed, but I have like some colors that are pretty much the exact same. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. I also have pencils because you can't use marker or pen for everything. I have like 2 pens in here because I barely ever write in pen. I have a Sharpie, which I think is really important to have in nursing school. Sometimes you need to write your name on something, or you need to like write on tape. Like if you're doing wound care, you need to like, you know, be able to write the date and stuff like that. Or you can use a pen for that. And then I have like my school pens, my school branded Mercer pens, because I'm extra. And then I have highlighters, and I love these highlighters, y'all, because they're the clear tip highlighters. So they have like, it's clear in between. So you can literally see like when to start and when to stop. This really means the most to me. It's the little things that get you through nursing school. And then I have these dual tip let me say the brand of these. These are Zebra, yeah. And they're the midliners. So they have the bold side, which is like that, which I usually will write like the headings of my notes with. And then they have the fine side, which I use to take notes or just help make my notes look cute and pretty. I don't think that everyone needs a pencil case. I think whatever helps get you organized, whatever works for you, but I love using that. I also have folders because I love folders. If I just have papers, we have a lot of papers that we have to print out, and just being able to have them stored somewhere is extremely helpful. So I literally have like a Mercer one, and I have a Kennesaw one because those are the two schools that I went to. And so it's extremely helpful. And my orange folder is for one class and my black folder is for another class. And then I have a binder, which I think is super, super helpful because I can just grab this and be fine. And for the most part, like if I bring this to health assessment lab, I'm good. Like I literally have a notebook that I keep in here. I have handouts that our teacher has like given us throughout the course. And then I have the lab book, and they came already hole punched, so it was really easy just to stick them in here. Liam wrote on this, so that's why it looks crazy. I can show y'all like some of my notes. I also think it's super important to be organized with your notes because I don't know how someone can study if you don't know where the information is, if you don't know what you wrote down, if you don't know what information goes with what. It's just going to be that much harder for your brain. Like I like to think of my brain as like a little file cabinet, and I want to put the proper information in each file. So when I need it, I can just open that file cabinet and take the information out. Like I don't like when everything's everywhere. Like it just stresses me out. So this is an example of like my notes. This was an exam review that we had. The red part of it was cardiovascular, and then the blue portion of it is peripheral vascular. And I continued that like throughout taking notes. But yeah, I think having organization in your notes when you're studying is extremely, extremely important. Another thing that I swear by is my planner. This is from Erin Condren, I believe is how you say it. And I actually got this last summer, I think. This is a 18-month one. So it goes all the way from July 2018 to December 2019. And I have Liam's cute little picture on there from Christmas a few years ago. And have my name on it, which I think is really important because you don't want to lose your stuff. And literally me and my one of my classmates that I'm really close with, we literally go through and we'll like plan our week. So like here's an example of a week that's like really good. And we try and plan when we're going to get assignments done, when we're going to like, meet up or anything like that, like our goals for the day. I think it's really important. This is a really extensive planner. This one has like the month, it has the weeks, it has note sections, it has a lot of stickers, it has like cute little motivational notes all throughout. So this is probably one of the more expensive ones that you can get from Erin Condren, but she has some that are like literally just monthly, just weekly. It just depends, again, what works for you. They even come in different formats. So like mine is a like week to week, side by side. Some of them go up and down, like vertical. Again, what works for you is going to be the most important, and what are you going to use? If you're not going to use it, it doesn't make sense to spend money on it because it's just going to sit around. I also have like my little Mercer backpack, which I only ever put like lab stuff in here. So like my computer will go in there, my folders, like all my like writing things that I need will go in there. And then I got this cute little lunchbox from Amazon, and it's pretty big and it holds quite a bit of stuff. I bring my lunch because sometimes it can get really expensive if you're buying lunch all the time, which I was doing for like ever. And then eventually I was like, I need to start making lunch because this is going to get expensive. And then this is one of the bags that I have. that I use for lab. So we usually have to bring like a stethoscope, like a blood pressure cuff. We have like some other supplies that we have to bring as well. I have like my measuring tape in here with my name on it. But I usually will bring like all my lab equipment in here. I have like my name tags in here. Just a bag that's just for the lab equipment, because my lab equipment, like I have like needles and IV bags and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to put that in my backpacks, because if it like explodes or something like that, then my computer, all my notes, everything would be ruined. So I just have a separate bag that I usually will keep that stuff in. And then obviously my computer, which is like my lifeline. And on my computer, I have folders for each class. So on my desktop, I have a Mercer folder. Within the Mercer folder, I have each of my classes. They each get their own folder, and all the assignments that go with that class are in that folder. It's just the way that it works for me, and it helps because everything is online and you're looking at your computer literally all day, every day. It's super helpful to just be able to go, I know I can just go right here and find this. Because sometimes on computers, like, things can get lost. Like, you're like, I know I saved that, but I have no idea where it is. So I just do that to save myself some time. But organization is literally key. Being organized, being prepared, being ready. Even if you just get prepared the night before, but like knowing, if you look at your week and you're like, hey, I know that this night I have this, I have this, I have that. Like, and the night before, just reiterating, making sure you're prepared for the next day is going to help alleviate so much stress from your life. Like, try it and you'll thank me. But also, just the most important thing with organization, like, I feel like people think sometimes that it's a like competition, like, oh, this person has this and this person has that. Like, do what works for you. If having it in your phone, if a Google Calendar works for you, do those things. Like, do things that you're going to use and things that work for you, because ultimately, like, you're trying to get yourself organized to help yourself. So it doesn't help you to like go and buy a planner if you're not the type of person who's going to fill out the planner and then look back in the planner to figure out what you filled out. Like, that doesn't make sense. And this is not cheap. And nursing school is not cheap. So don't spend extra money if you don't need to. And I feel like a lot of the times too, people think that the more stuff that I have for me to be organized and be prepared, the more automatically I'm going to be more prepared and more organized. That is not true. If you're not going to use it, don't buy it. Like, having this stuff is great, but if I didn't use it, it wouldn't be beneficial to me. So that is tip number 1. Okay, tip number 2. So my second tip is to not doubt yourself and not set unrealistic expectations for yourself. I know so many people who have gone through nursing school or are currently in nursing school, or people that I go to school with now, who have these expectations for themselves that, like, I'm going to be perfect. Like, I was a straight A student before I got in nursing school. I'm going to be a straight A student now, and I'm going to be able to get everything on the first try. And they put this like unnecessary pressure on themselves, and you just don't need to do that. Like, take a breath, relax, and know that like majority of the time you're probably doing just fine. Like, you cannot compare yourself to other people. You can't compare yourself to where you stand in your class or how well you do an assignment or even a grade. Like, there's people who, I'm sure, you know, we all have had experience with people, even in the medical field, who have been amazing students and on paper they're great, but then like their interpersonal skills are terrible, and you know, they can't apply the things that they're learning. So like, don't judge yourself based off of a number. Like, yes, the number is important. Yes, you need to be meeting certain marks to be successful in nursing school, because every school has like their pass rate or whatever that may be, and that's fine. Like, please try your best to do your best, but understand that your best is all that you can do. Like, if you studied and you did everything that you can do and you got an 83 on an assignment, clap, be happy, go celebrate, get marks, get whatever, you know, you did your best. And then you can later on reassess it and be like, hey, what was I not really getting? What was I, you know, what do I need to look over or whatever? There's nothing wrong with reassessing yourself, but you have to assess yourself based on yourself. You can't assess yourself based off of other people, because if you do that, you're gonna drive yourself insane. You can't compare yourself. You don't have the same life that other people have. You don't learn the same way that other people learn. Like, you can't. Give it your best effort and then be proud of yourself for doing your best effort. Tip number 3. This is a life tip, not just a nursing school tip, but I genuinely think that whatever you're doing in life, you have to have fun with what you're doing. Yes, nursing school is very serious. People's health is very serious. Being in the hospital, they have rules and policies and regulations. I get it, all that's serious, but you also have to enjoy what you're doing. If you are focusing so hard on trying to get all the material down and, you know, forcing yourself to soak up all this knowledge, you're gonna burn out, and you're gonna hinder yourself a lot more than you're gonna help yourself. You have to have fun. You have to make time to say, okay, I'm gonna study until 3, and then at 5, I'm going to the movies with my friends. I'm gonna go hang out with my boyfriend. I'm gonna go, you know, do whatever makes you happy. I'm gonna watch my favorite show. Whatever it is that makes you happy, but you have to do those things. Like, I think as nurses and as nursing students, we tend to think like you're so used to caring about other people and worrying about other people that you forget to prioritize yourself. But it is so important to prioritize yourself and to have fun and soak up all the knowledge while you're there, especially in clinicals and lab, because it's hands-on experience. It brings everything that you're reading in the textbook to life, but you have to like have fun while you're doing it. You can't be afraid to ask questions. You can't be afraid. Like, if you're taking it so serious that you're afraid to say the wrong thing, like, that's too much. Like, you're in school to learn. You're in school to make mistakes, safe mistakes, but that is your opportunity to be like, yo, I got a question. Like, this didn't make any sense when I read it. I'm gonna ask my question. Like, you shouldn't take it too seriously to the point where you like suck the fun out of it, or it's no longer enjoyable, because I'm assuming everyone that goes to nursing school is hoping to make a career out of it. And if you're burnt out in nursing school and you're already not having fun in nursing school, like, you're not gonna have any more fun when you're on the floor. Like, if anything, you're gonna have less fun on the floor, because now the responsibility is literally on you. So just remember to have fun. School is stressful enough on its own. So anything that you can do to kick your feet up, relax, take your eyes off of studying for a second, refresh yourself, and then get back to being the best version of yourself so you can be the best student and the best future nurse, then I think that's what you should do. So be organized, stay ahead of the game if you can, be prepared every day that you show up. Remember to like have confidence in yourself. You got into nursing school, that's half the battle. Now you just have to stay in nursing school. So be confident in your ability, be confident in yourself, and have some fun while you're doing it, because life is too short not to enjoy every opportunity that you can possibly enjoy. I hope y'all really liked this video. If y'all did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them below. If there's any video suggestions that you guys would like me to do, please leave those below. And I hope that y'all have a great day.